And as always, we will go ahead. Oh, they're starting to get in, and there they are. So, the team's going to get right into the stage. We're going to get right into the action as we jump ahead into the first game of what could potentially be a back-and-forth series. It's going to be for the Crenshaw crew going up World against Phoenix, and it's one out by the Orbital boys. Back over to Corky. Gonna have to take a fight against Nobake, and Nobake able to stop it, but Corky to retain possession. Jerome trying to fight it up, and Crippy with a shot on net. An early goal for the Crenshaw crew, and while we look at this early 10-second lead they've got themselves, let's go ahead and pop over to the scoreboard to take a quick look at our players for the Crenshaw crew. It's Crippy, Corky, and World up against Phoenix, Jerome, and Nobake for the Orbital side. And with an early 1-goal lead 10 seconds into the series, we're seeing a strong start from the Crenshaw crew here as they're looking to get a second on board, and Crippy does it in convincing style. A pass straight over off the wall. Phoenix trying to take possession, but World managing to get his card just in the way, and Crippy over in mid ready to receive it. So just under the top crossbar to secure a second early goal here for Crenshaw crew, and Orbital already on the back foot. Both of these teams have been playing some pretty good Rocket League. However, Crenshaw crew is currently still sitting 2-1. A nice shot from Orbital, but isn't quite going to go on. So now Crippy to save. Already forced out by Jerome, and World trying to fall back. Phoenix trying to fight him in mid, but blocked out again. Corky committing with him though, so now World trying to fight this upfield. Corky trying to look for some demos, some bumps. Not able to find any, but Crippy able to find the ball. It's back on net. A double commit on the save as Phoenix kills it, and Nobake has to go up and save. It's forced out into mid. World going to be able to get some possession towards it, but lobbed over into the blue end, and now Crenshaw crew having to fall back and try to get this out of their own. No Name lining this shot up, but it's Corky trying to sink one on net. Jerome gets back just in time, denying the 3-0 lead, and now Crippy trying to just get this ball straight away in front, trying to set up a teammate. Corky's up for it, but it's intercepted. Jerome gets it up mid. World fighting this out a little too far right, and it's over to Nobake in the corner. Corky to fight it, does win it out, and now Phoenix has to try to fall back. World to follow up, but Phoenix does get the 50. It goes over towards World. Jerome follows it up, and now 3 minutes 35 looking to get the first goal on the board. A demo onto Corky, but not going to be able to follow through. The ball bouncing towards the goal, and it's on, and Corky not there. The bump comes through onto him, and Crippy has to try to get back to save it, but just not able to get in front of that ball. You can see even Corky spawning there just under his teammate. Unfortunate there for the Crenshaw crew as they lose one of their 2 goals ahead, going down to 2-1, but Orbital still with one more to recover to get themselves back into this. Up the field, World stealing it away. Jerome to kill, and he does off the corner. World letting his teammates try to get into the action, and now Corky going for some bumps. Crippy gets it over mid. World set up, gets a shot on net, and just like that, the 2-goal lead's retained. It goes straight back up. A nice play off the kickoff. Crippy just to get it into the corner, win out the fight, and World beating out 2 defenders, gives his life for the cause, and comes away with a goal. 3 minutes on the clock. And Orbital, they've shown that they can get some shots and get some plays out there, but they need to try to hammer them out, because just like that, they've lost that little bit of clawing back that they've done. They do deny themselves a 3-goal deficit, which is nice, but Phoenix just can't connect on that ball. What a win that would have been, but Crippy to get it back upfield. The 50 goes Jerome's way, and now Nobake trying to follow this up. It's over to World, who does kill it off goal. Nobake with low boost has to fall off. Phoenix aggressing, doesn't manage to get on Corky, and Corky almost beating out Jerome. A bump actually coming through nearly on mid, and now World has to try to leave this to Crippy. Crippy starts taking it on the wall, gets it into the corner. Bouncing it over, can't quite hit it mid, but gets it back enough that Corky's able to retain possession. World tries to commit, and it doesn't work out. Lobbed straight over his head. Jerome trying to get this ball in front of the net, does center it mid, but nobody from the Orbital side there to follow it up, and now Phoenix trying to get this out, kills it over towards the left. Nobake to follow this into the midfield, gets it back over dead mid, and Phoenix follows it through. No boost here though on Nobake, and he's trying to find some way to get himself something and keep himself in this offense, because the time is continuously ticking down. 2 minutes left, and just like that, they've exhausted one of their 3 precious minutes without without anything to show for it on the Orbital side. Crenshaw crew just putting up a phenomenal defense so far to shut down any aggression. Just like that, the dribble play over towards mid denied. Jerome's stop even denied there from Crippy, and now Corky trying to get this back into mid world, gets it over, but it's not going to connect, and now Jerome back on the counter attack. He's been trying so hard to get his team into this, but they just can't seem to get a shot on net other than no bake's goal so far, and they're looking to repeat the process as it's back over to Jerome. The first time this game he misses the connection, when what a crucial one to miss. Phoenix trying to get back to save this away, hits it over mid, it's actually lobbed towards goal. World has to fall back and save. A near demo coming through from No Bake, but the bump on the World eventually forces this ball over into the orange end. Phoenix trying to fastly reaggress this, deny anything, gets a shot towards goal, and World can't get there. And with the 1 minute left on the clock, Crenshaw crew loses that 2-goal lead, but they're still up 1. Orbital, a nice shot coming out from Phoenix just across the midfield, nobody there to get in the way, and just like that, it's within 1. Still a task for Orbital to fight back into, but Crenshaw crew going to be looking to expand that lead once again. A miss from Jerome going to allow Crippy to follow this up. It's off the backboard over to World, and just like that, the shot is connected. The 2-goal lead restored, and Jerome has got to be kicking himself for that one. A little bit of an unfortunate kickoff, just doesn't go his way, and World going to be able to catch that pass, a beautiful one from Crippy, and seal up the 2-goal lead yet again. Just not allowing this lead to shrink at all every single time. They've even started to get the equalizer in their sights. The Crenshaw crew has shut Orbital out of it, looking to even get a little triple lead, but not able to do it as Phoenix going to hit it towards the corner. World trying to keep this goal scoring alive, and as long as the ball is trapped here in this orange end, there's really no chance for the orange side to get the start of what they need for an equalizer. No Bake does hit it over towards right, doesn't have the boost to follow it through, but Jerome to catch. Grabbing some boost, does manage to force a 50 against Corky over in mid, and a shot from Phoenix on net, but saved by World. Corky up into the corner, starts dribbling the ball up, does actually get it over just left of goal, but a double commit on save is going to allow Jerome to try to force this 50, force him to force the 50, and now Phoenix trying to pressure this into the net, does hit it over Corky, but the shot denied. Now No Bake trying to get this into the net, Crippy to hit it into the corner, 10 seconds, and just like that, Crenshaw crew, barring any sort of miracle 2 goals, are going to seal this up, and the miracle goal almost comes through. But it would have still had to be a kickoff after that, and Orbital, they've warmed up during this first game, but we don't quite know if they're going to be able to fight back into this, as Crenshaw crew takes a demanding first game, just shot after shot on net, not allowing them to get back into the fight even a little bit. Every single time a goal was scored, a counter goal was immediately scored off the kickoff, and just playing so fast, playing so calculating against the Orbital side. If they have warmed up over the time in the first game, then they definitely could make a run at it. But they're down by 1. Crenshaw crew with 2 to go to take their 3rd win in IGL, sitting at 2-1, Orbital at 1-2. Still playoff contention for both teams, but Orbital really wants to win this one and put themselves in a stronger situation for that playoff. Jerome going to go up against Corky, loses the kickoff. Falling back, No Bake trying to just kill this out and does get it past World, but Crippy denies it. Down over in front of the goal. Phoenix to reaggress, just killing it over towards the wall, and Corky to reaggress. It's just a back and forth game right now. They're passing the ball, and World, Crippy already on the offense, and they just don't know what's going to come out from the Crenshaw crew as the Orbital boys are flummoxed, and a shot blasts through the defense, and bump even there onto No Bake in the back line is going to secure that first goal, and they are just so fast on these kickoffs at just converging on the ball, getting these passing plays going, and Orbital is struggling to adjust to that speed. World trying to fight this ball out, actually kills it to Jerome, so a little bit of an offensive shot, but Corky intercepting the shot, lobs it high, Crippy already on it, and now Corky to catch it off the wall, touches it mid, not the strongest touch, and the shot just barely wide from World, and just interrupting on the back line, and you can see here, let's take another look here through the replay. World goes up for the shot, it's not on, but they have to try to commit on that save, and now Corky goes up, World's just flipping around in the back line, they don't know if he's going to attempt anything, do anything, and Corky just sends it over their heads and gets a second in 40. Crippy back killing it to him. Jerome gets it back over to the right wall, and Corky just trying to play this out mid again. He does actually get the ball, but does get demoed, and Jerome to be able to kill it again. Corky gonna be able to touch this one, sends it back towards his own goal a bit, but is going to contest it in the corner. Jerome wins it out. A Temo towards mid, and it's a shot just high off the top crossbar. Phoenix to try to follow it up. Jerome tries to get that ball over in front of the net, and a hit from Crippy is going to send it a little bit midbound, but World's already on it, pressuring towards mid. Nobake interrupts. Crippy up, does get a touch, but a 50 from Phoenix forces it into the blue end, and now bouncing. Corky gets a touch. Nobake not able to read him. Jerome trying to read him, and he does, but Crippy already back, trying to force this ball over, and he gets it to World. The pass comes through, and now trying to get this up. A ceiling shot over into the corner, but it's going to be Nobake to retake possession. Corky able to force a 50 towards mid, but Jerome already up. It's a shot on net. World to save, and he does, back into the corner. Hitting it back over. Phoenix to touch it mid, and now Crippy trying to fight against Phoenix. It's going to be killed into the corner. Nobake having to try to just adjust off the wall, get back onto the ground, see what he can do. Jerome not getting quite the touch he wants, and Corky trying to get a little bit aggressive and might get a little cheeky backflip goal for his efforts, but a lob from no name, it is Nobake, sorry, is going to send it over to the goal, just a little wide, denied from the Crenshaw crew. But with 3 minutes left, a pass to Nobake, not gonna connect again, and Phoenix trying everything he can to get a pass through here, but nothing's connecting. 3 minutes left, and they're still down by 2, a familiar sight for the Orbital boys. They've been down by 2 basically the entire series. Crenshaw crew just not allowing any shots here, but a lob over into the end is going to force Crippy to make a save. He lobs it high. Phoenix already committed on a shot that's just too low. Bake to have to fall back, does catch it on the wall, but Jerome forced into a 50, and all he can do is kill it towards the wall. A double commit on the wall, not going to allow that ball to go anywhere, so Phoenix forced to aggress, hits it mid, but again, low boost and low aggression doesn't allow anybody on Orbital to take advantage of that, and now Nobake trying to make a play all on his own. Corky gets it past him, hits it over, Phoenix to catch, but low boost. And if it's just not one thing, it's another, but a shot. Phoenix, for what it's worth, gets the shot on net that he needs, but it's just a save there from the Crenshaw crew. Phoenix forced to try to make a save, and he just doesn't know how to do it. He knows that Crippy is approaching with this ball, but he just doesn't know exactly what touch he's going to have to make, and the backflip, the delayed flick, is just enough to throw him off. That ball's going in anyway, but World's pressure to be able to secure it before that third defender gets back is what secures them the hat trick lead. And now 2 minutes left to go, and Orbital still on the goose egg here in game 2. They have to try to find some way to fight back into this, and they have to try to find it fast because they have 3 goals that they need to hit before Crenshaw crew can score any. If they want a shot at going before the reverse sweep is the only way they have. Jerome not able to intercept World, and just like that, a 4th goal scored in a minute 30 left with 4 goals on the table, and Orbital just can't seem to stop the offensive pressure from Crenshaw crew. Every time they try to get something going with the ball, some blue car is getting in the way, getting a wheel on it, getting a chassis touch, and just denying any sort of aggression. Corky already so fast on this kickoff, trying to get something out of it. And Crippy does follow it up, now forced as the last man back to kill it slow. This is an offensive opportunity for Orbital, but Crippy gonna immediately boom it so far into the orange end. Phoenix is forced to try to play this, lobs it up, and he's basically passing it to them as a shot comes through. And Crippy, when he's passed from the enemies, he's gonna land them on net. Phoenix just trying to kill the offensive pressure and ends up setting up the 5th goal in a row for Crenshaw crew. And since they got their 2-goal lead in the last game, they have not dropped a goal. 6 straight so far, going from game 1 to game 2. And World trying to make sure that streak doesn't end. Crippy ends up having to save it, and he does get a boom over towards the orange goal. It's denied as a goal from Phoenix, but now has to get off the corner, try to deny any sort of follow through. Corky so fast, tries to catch it off the drop, and forced to make a 50 are the Orbital boys. 48 seconds, down by 5. This is looking like a swept up game from the Crenshaw crew, and right now all Orbital needs to be looking at is, can we try to get a few goals here, try to get at least one 1, get our confidence back, because we know we can hit the shots. We know we can put something on net and put up our defense to just deny these shots. They're tier 2. They absolutely know they're capable, and just like that, Jerome's going to make it happen. A goal on the board, and you might be saying to yourself, you know, it's 5-1. There's not too much impact from this goal. But you know what? Breaking that 6-goal streak is essential to prove to yourselves that you've still got what it takes. You know what you have to do to get back into this. And if they can get some motivation going into Game 3, the reverse sweep is a real possibility. But so far, it's 20 seconds left on the clock, and it is going to be Crenshaw Crew going up 2-0, looking to put a sweep on the board for their 4th game of IGL Fall 2020, and they're just killing this ball over in the orange end. They know that there's no way to do anything about this from the Orbital side, and it's just going to drop down towards the middle. World just going to be killing it towards the wall, and this will end Game 2 going to the Crenshaw Crew. We got a few questions in chat real quick, so we'll take a look over there. It was a question, what was the score of last game? 3-1. Hello, World's Dad. Got some fans of the Crenshaw Crew in the chat trying to get themselves a 4th game win, going up 3-1 in IGL Fall 2020. They'd be basically securing playoffs at that point. And we're going to be seeing if they can do it here again. A 3rd game in a row is what the Crenshaw Crew are looking for, as Orbital is looking to bite back. A reverse sweep is needed, and Jerome already following off the kickoff. Finally, one goes their way, and an early lead for the Orbital boys for the first time in the series. So it's going to be 4 minutes 56 left on the clock. A 1-0 lead for the Orbital side so far. Jerome going to be killing this over towards mid. A little bit dangerous as World's already trying to fight it, but he doesn't connect on the ball. And now Phoenix back into the corner. Corky to fight it. Does manage to kill it towards mid, and Nobake just trying to interrupt, but another touch from Corky, and he's trying to take this all the way. He does get it over in front of the goal, but a nice adjustment from Jerome. Tries to take out World's shot, and World not able to get it on net, but Corky able to do a quick handbrake turn and get back for the equalizer. 30 seconds in, 2 goals scored, but this time they're not both for the Crenshaw Crew, as Orbital is taken to an equalized playing field. 27 seconds have elapsed, and we're seeing World forced to make a save. A very close shot, as he does kill it just before the kickoff goal comes through. Jerome gonna be leaving that one to Phoenix, as pushing the ball up the field will allow Crippy to reaggress. Jerome to save, gets it over into the midfield, and now World forced to kill this towards the wall. Crippy not able to connect on it, but he didn't really want to. He wants to let World do whatever he's planning, and the demo onto Jerome is going to open up the goal slightly, but Crippy a little too far back. He knows he's the last man, can't really get too over aggressive, and it's going to leave them without a second goal. It's going to be Corky trying to follow this up the field, doesn't quite get a touch on it. Now Nobake gets it over towards the wall, killed back into mid, and World tries to follow it up, but a backflip goal doesn't allow him to, or a backflip doesn't allow him to, as we're going to see Crippy killing it into the corner. Crippy actually does manage to get another touch there, denying the Orbital save, and the shot almost goes through there. What a beautiful one it would have been, but it's not on target. 3 minutes 30, and this is the longest I think we've seen in a while that we haven't had Crenshaw with a goal. So it's going to be World getting the ball into the corner. It's up. It's not quite on as it hits the top crossbar, and now touching it mid. Jerome trying to take possession, but Crippy to kill it over into the corner, and now trying to just touch this back towards the orange goal. Does get a touch towards it, but it's easy to save, and now over all three. Crippy has to turn back. World is back with him now. Crippy's off, leaving it for World. It's touched over World as well, and Jerome catches the pass from Phoenix, and what a tight pass that had to be. He knows that Crippy doesn't get this. He knows he has to hit it past World, and Jerome hits the exact shot he needs to deny Crippy a save, and just like that, Orbital bites back, taking their lead into their own wheels yet again. 3 minutes left on the clock. Plenty of time for Crenshaw to try to bite back, but an offensive kickoff going once again the way of Orbital. Corky does kick it towards mid, and now Jerome trying to fight this out, does manage to stop it. Phoenix not able to turn in time, and a low goal fast from the midfield is going to sink directly in. Jerome kills it, but isn't anticipating a shot to immediately follow, and Phoenix is just sitting 90 degrees in goal, isn't able to turn in time. So an equalizer scored, and we're almost at the halftime mark. Crenshaw crew still looking to seal this up in 3. Meanwhile, the Orbital side still trying to fight back in and deny themselves a 0-3 loss. Crippy not able to force a goal in, but does force some aggression, and now a double commit on defense. Going to allow World to take this ball up the wall. Gets it over towards mid. He's passing it back off the wall to himself, but now Corky kills it back over into midfield. It's going to be a pass to Jerome, who tries to follow it up, and Crippy is forced to save. It's going to be a hit back off the corner. World in the midfield, low boost, and it's going to be a stop from his teammate. But again, 0 boost here from World. He has to try to find something, and Corky is going to be the one to hit this up mid. Over to Crippy. Gets a shot towards net, but denied by Phoenix. Now Nobake to try to travel this up. World takes it back towards mid. Jerome to try to carry it, and he does start lobbing it over. We've got Phoenix trying to line up where it'll be. Predicts the save, but not able to hit it. And now it's going to be a double commit on defense for the Crenshaw crew. Jerome trying to follow this up. Crippy forces it over to the corner. World to follow this up. A 50 against Phoenix goes Phoenix's way, and now Corky forced to get this out of the blue end yet again. Seems like that's been his job all of this series, and now Nobake trying to reaggress into it. Gets the ball over onto the net, and World back just in time to deny a goal. That would have been the lead for Orbital again, and World lobbing it over into the goal. It's denied by Bake, and now trying to get this back up onto the wall. It has to be a turn from somebody on the Orbital side. It's a pass to Corky, but denied by Jerome, and now trying to fight back up into the midfield. Crippy gets it past and over to Phoenix, who touches it mid, and now World trying to aggress this back over into the orange end. Jerome hits it past him. It's back to Crippy. Now Corky to follow it up. Onto the wall, over to Phoenix, who's just going to lob it slowly down mid. Nobake is going to deny it, but ends up getting tapped back, and the touch, the bump from Crippy hits it directly. Look at this. Corky lobbing this ball over there, and it's just a bump from, I believe it was Crippy, onto Nobake. He bumps him into it, slams that ball slowly through the air, and it just sinks directly into the goal in a beautiful aerial 8-ball shot to secure the 3-1 lead. 3-2 lead, sorry, as they take finally their 1-goal lead back. Uncharacteristic for them in the series so far, as they're used to being the massive overdogs, but now with only 1 goal separating them, they're looking to get 1 more on the board. 1 more likely cements this match for them, but they have to try to get it. Phoenix trying to press up, lobs it over into mid, but Nobake not able to get there before the clear. Jerome on the wall, off the backboard, does hit it mid, and Phoenix tries to follow it. Jerome there to keep it in aggression, but it's going to be lobbed back towards World. And now 0 boost trying to get it mid for his teammates. It's going to go off the backboard. Jerome's already there. World gets himself in the way of the attackers, but Nobake is still there. World is there to deny whoever is mid, and that would have certainly been a goal for Phoenix, but Nobake, reading that the ball is still coming back towards him, lobs it in, and it's just a touch on the defense that doesn't go out. The equalizer scored 10 seconds, an opportunity for somebody to seal up the match. It could be Crenshaw crew taking it 3-0, could be Orbital starting to fight back in, but now Phoenix lobbing it back over. It's going to be over to Jerome, but it's going to die, and just like that, we've got overtime in game 3. Crippy gonna hit it past though, and now Nobake forced to clear it out of the orange end. World kills it mid. Jerome trying to fight against Corky, and he's gonna win out as Corky not managing to get a connection on the ball. World over off the wall, touches it mid off of Phoenix, and now forced back into the blue end. This ball starting to go his way. Corky bullied under the wall by the orange aggressor, and Phoenix finally getting back after having his run of bumping Corky all over the blue end. World gets this ball, isn't able to get it on net over to the right. Crippy trying to follow it up. It's off the backboard. It's down mid to Corky. He's not able to get it on, but he does lob it down in front of the goal. It's going to be World trying to follow this up. It's a kill. Crippy to follow it through, but it's blocked. Corky, the only man back, he has to try to deny this, and he just kills it long enough for World to get back. It's Crippy, sorry, and now World mid to catch it off that pass. Crippy not able to connect, though, onto the lobbing pass from World, and it's going to go over in front of the goal. It's cleared away on the Orbital side, and Phoenix trying to keep an offensive aggression alive. Crippy back up onto the wall, getting it over out in front. It's cleared away. Corky to try to get this back yet again. Gets it past all three, but it's not on net. It's over into the corner. World touches it mid yet again, and it's going to be cleared away by Nobake this time. Crippy just trying to stay with this ball, make sure nobody can get it away, but Phoenix is going to win out. World retakes it, gets it on top of his car, but it is going to be beaten out on the offense, and now it's Crippy forced to clear it away. It's just back and forth, every single player taking this ball and going up into the air with it, but nobody able to place it on net so far. Jerome finally gets a shot at the open net, lobs it over, and it's going to be an easy one from Phoenix to get the first game on the board for Orbital. And they are looking to fight back, looking to get themselves into this match. It was a dominating first two games for the Crenshaw crew, but you can see they are definitely warmed up. So we're going to see the first point going on the board for Orbital, and Crenshaw crew finally showing some cracks in the armor. It is still 7 shots on net from them, but Orbital much better on their end at just securing those goals. So we're going to be jumping into game number 4. Is Orbital going to equalize the series and give us a game 5? Or will Crenshaw crew manage to bite back and secure their 3-1 victory, getting themselves quite ironically up at 3-1 in IGL Fall 2020 as well. So the first kickoff. And it's going to be Corky up against Phoenix. One out by Phoenix. Nobake trying to get this, but actually World able to catch it off the wall. Going to be beat out by Jerome and lobbing it over into the blue end. It's stalled by Corky. Going to be touched down, and now World not able to get to that ball. It's just a little too far behind him, and Phoenix so fast, able just to catch that open goal situation. Knows that World can't save it, and just sinks it straight in. Would have been in. Crippy tries to get there to save it, but isn't able to get it outside the crossbar. So 12 seconds in, another first goal for Orbital. And if history proves correct, whenever they've gotten the first goal in this series at least, they've won the game. So Crippy denying yet another shot, but it isn't enough, as it's going to be Phoenix just denying any sort of defense here. Gets it on net, and it's just whatever Crippy can do to try to save, but he's not able to get that out of the way. Slows it enough, but not enough to keep it from bouncing in. So 18 seconds. Nobake and Corky. It's one out by Corky down into the blue end, but a follow through on the orange end does allow Nobake to try to pressure this. It goes over into the blue corner. World trying to play this, and he does manage to get some sort of touch. But Crippy bumping it mid. It's a shot from Phoenix going wide. A 50 forced to the corner. Crippy touching it past Jerome as well. The counterattack finally underway for Crenshaw crew. There's only one defender left, but he's going to force a pinch, and it's going to force Crippy to take this ball all by his lonesome. Try to get it towards the net. A forced save almost spells disaster for Orbital, and Corky's follow-through shot almost does as well. But somehow the apocalyptic scenario there in defense is avoided, and no goal is scored by the Crenshaw crew. Crippy trying to follow this through. Phoenix to kill it towards the corner. World not able to make a connection either, but with Jerome low boost not able to clear it away, it is still stuck in the orange end. But they're happy to have it. They know that they're leading in this series, and all they need to do is deny goals. They're just trying to retain possession, make sure that the Crenshaw crew isn't allowed to shoot. And as long as they can deny shots, they're sitting at looking at game 5. So a little bit of an unfortunate bump there on the offense is going to allow this ball to try to retain, try to change hands here, change to the other team. But it's going to be caught out mid, and now Phoenix forced back into another save against Corky, who's taking this up into the corner. It's going to be Nobake to get it, as low boost on Phoenix doesn't allow him to over-aggress, but he does get a touch out. Crippy managing to get it back into the corner, low boost on him now, and Jerome forced to clear it. Nobake beating out Corky, but it is going to be forced off the back of his car and back off the wall over into mid. Phoenix does manage to get it in front of the net, but just expecting a touch there from the blue defender, isn't able to keep the ball on top of him. It's going to be hit over to Crippy, who kills it into the corner, and now bouncing off the wall. 2 minutes 45 to go. Phoenix looking to get a third goal on net, and a pass back to Nobake is going to secure it. And Orbital, I don't know what they said to themselves during that Game 2 downtime, but they have woken up. They take Game 3 and come into Game 4 in convincing fashion. We've seen 2 minutes and 20 seconds of Orbital domination to get an early 3-0 lead, something that not even the Crenshaw crew outside of that Game 2 was able to boast about in Phoenix. Jerome, everybody on Orbital putting shots on net, and let's look at this yet again. Jerome knows that's not on net, gets up, gets the lightest possible touch, and it's off the crossbar, but it does go into the net. And 4 goals in a row now for them, as they're looking to put up a mirror performance of what Crenshaw crew did. If they can lock them out at 5-1, that'd be well, cosmic justice, I guess you could call it. But Corky trying to get a shot in from the midfield isn't quite able to find the target. Phoenix to get it over Crippy, and now Corky forced to fight it towards mid. Jerome is going to retain possession, but just lobbing it into the blue end is going to allow World to start playing this out. Nobake reading it off the wall, and now it's a forced defense from the Crenshaw crew yet again, and Orbital just been so much more aggressive since that Game 3 win. They are just not allowing this ball out of the blue end. You can see here Nobake just killing it once again back towards the corner. The more times this ball spends in the blue end, the less time it can spend going into the orange net. So Jerome getting a lucky little demo onto Crippy there as well. It's bouncing in front of the goal, and it's actually going to go in. I thought that ball was just going to be bouncing along the goal line, but he's actually able to hit it off the corner, and it just bounces straight into the goal, and Jerome rewarded for his efforts here in the blue end. And a complete shutout right now for Crenshaw crew. We saw a strong opening for them in the first 2 games. Thought it would be a sweep, in fact, and now they're looking to get reverse swept themselves. Nobake trying to get this out against Corky. Neither player able to get a good touch. Jerome back in the goal. World is able to win it out, and that's the first of 5 that they need if they want to tie this scoreline up. So World does get it off the corner, and a nice little mirror of Jerome's performance, except this time he just dribbles it the whole way in. Minute 35, the first one scored for Crenshaw crew, and deja vu, we're seeing flashbacks from Game 1, the exact end scoreline of Game 1 mirrored here on the opposite sides of the field. Phoenix trying to keep this in the blue end, and it's going to be Jerome's follow-up to force it off the wall with Corky. World gets it over into mid, and Nobake trying to follow this up, but just not able to read it from that far out. Jerome tries to follow this through and actually gets it past 2. Corky has to fall back and play this. A boomer over 1 gets it to Phoenix, who's going to boom it deep into the blue end, back over, and now Corky with a demo on to Nobake, going to open up this defense. But the spawn comes through, the ball finding its way back into the blue end for the upteenth time this game. We're going to see Crippy forced to save it into the corner, and with 50 seconds left, they're trailing by 4. Crenshaw crew, we saw some domination from the first 2 games, but you gotta be calling this one for Orbital, as you can just see the struggles here at getting it out of their own end. They just can't find any way to beat out these hyper-aggressive players, and Phoenix tries to do that one all himself. Tries to get it that 5-goal lead back just to not allow the same scoreline of Game 1. Crippy, though, forcing a pinch in, is going to get a second with 30 seconds left. But outside of some fast kickoff goals, it is still looking like Orbital's game. Wouldn't be the first time for miracles, so let's see if they can do something with it. And they do get it into the orange end. Crippy trying to follow. Gets it over off the wall. An easy save from Phoenix. Has to try to fight this out and just not allow any more shots, and Jerome with a 50 back into the corner. Going to be a follow through from Phoenix, and just like that, the shots back into the game are denied. It's going to be a denied shot again from Nobake. World not going to let him sink that one in, but Jerome getting a 4-goal lead back right at the buzzer to seal up Game 4 for Orbital, and they have fought their way back in. It has been a back and forth series ever since we went into Game 3, and Crenshaw crew finally looking mortal, looking shaken, and could be going down to 2-2 in IGL Fall 2020. We were saying how easily they were going to be getting their 3rd win, and now Orbital threatening, looking to get themselves back up to an even record, and looking to get themselves back up into a positive one before the end of the regular season. So going into the last game here, we thought it'd be done in 3, and Orbital brought us to 5. Can they bring it all the way and complete the Cinderella story, the reverse sweep on the table? Crenshaw crew potentially to lose 3 games straight and drop their second IGL match. Who will prevail? We've seen some fast aggression from both teams to get some goals on net, and let's see if it continues here into game 5. The kickoff going to be World against Nobake, and it's killed towards mid. Jerome wins it out over into the deep of the blue end. Corky to fight him out, gets it on the wall, but not able to beat him out, and now Nobake killing it over into the corner. Phoenix up on the wall, does manage to kill it in the corner. World touches it mid, but denied. Back off the backboard, Jerome tries to shut out the offense here from Crenshaw crew, but the first goal still gonna ring through as a pass over into the midfield. It's a pass that he didn't know he made, but Jerome, trying to save that ball, isn't able to get it far enough out of the way of the goal. And just like that, it is a first goal on the board for the Crenshaw crew. We're only 19 seconds in, but as the seconds continue to tip, the offense keeps continuing to change sides, and it's actually a shot into the net. That goal was going directly in. It was an early 2-goal lead for the Crenshaw crew, but it's denied there from Corky. He goes up and saves his own teammate's shot. And now, with 4 minutes 20 left, Orbital boys looking to equalize it. It was a potential for the Crenshaw crew to just get an early 2-0 lead, and they're still looking to do so. But definitely more opportunities for the Orbital side now. Quite a blunder there in the orange half. It's going to be bouncing down towards mid. It's off the top crossbar, but Jerome is there! And he's able to get on top of the 2 blue defenders and manages to finally capitalize on the mistake of the Crenshaw crew. It's a nice pass just directly on top of the defenders, and Jerome just stealing it away right at the end. A minute elapsed, and we're 1-1. So World versus Jerome. It's into the orange end, up onto the wall. Phoenix touches it mid with Corky, and it's going to be won out eventually by Nobake with another 50. Back into the corner, and World wins it out. It's touched mid from Crippy, and that's dangerous. It's off the backboard, over into mid, and Jerome's already here to follow through. Tries to hit it low, not quite fast enough to sneak in over the heads of the defenders, so it's going to be a denied shot. 3 minutes 30, back to Jerome, just kills it towards the corner, trying to follow this through, but Corky wins it out. Phoenix to touch it mid, tapping it straight back down over to Jerome, who does manage to win it out, but Corky already here to shut down the offense. He's not able to quite get that boost and does have to turn for it, but it is going to rob the orange side of that back full. And now Jerome booming it upfield. Nobake with a potential pass over into the goal, but they're actually forced off. It's low boost here on the Orbital side, and they just need to not allow any booming goals. Jerome goes up for the save against that low shot, and it's going to be Jerome to follow it up the field to Corky. Wins out his own corner boost, and now the follow-through's there, but Corky is too. The shot denied. Phoenix already to get it on net, and just like that, Orbital biting their way directly into Game 5, going up for the first time here in the last game of the match. Phoenix catching a beautiful pass off Jerome and sinks it directly into the bottom right corner to get themselves back in the lead. Crenshaw crew looking mortal, looking killable, and Phoenix looking to place the finishing blow, but World defends, kills it in mid. Phoenix to tap it right back over off the corner, isn't able to catch it off of Crippy as well, but it's boomed over towards mid. It's rolling, and Corky to catch. Back over, tries to get it to his teammate, but it's going to be intercepted, and now Phoenix tries to follow it up. It's a lob back on the goal, but an easy save for Jerome. Over off the wall, Corky catches it. It is going to go over, but World just isn't able to read it. It's over to Crippy, and now a turn from an orange team member needed, but a bump in the goal, going to deny it. Luckily, no shot going to come through, but that could have been a crack that Crenshaw crew could have exactly gotten their equalizer goal through. And now with 2 minutes left, they're still looking for it, but what a pinch off the wall to get it over into the midfield. World trying to kill this against the defender again, and Nobake finally managing to win it out. Crippy forced to fall back into the corner. It's a 2v1, and he's not able to clear it away. Nobody able to clear it away, but it's not on from Jerome. Crippy to fight it back up mid. It's over Phoenix, back to Nobake, and he's just lobbing it back over in front of the goal. World to retake possession, but a shot, and nobody can get there. And Jerome, again, sealing yet another goal here for Orbital and getting themselves 3-1 up in the last game of the match. And what a way they've had to do it. They've had to fight back through 5 brutal games for a shot at the match, and they are being rewarded for their efforts. The Crenshaw crew is looking shell-shocked. And it's going to be Jerome trying to get this ball back into the blue end yet again. Nobake forced up to force a 50, and he does manage to do it. It's over into the corner now. Corky to fight against Phoenix, and Phoenix winning it out. That's actually on, and that's just into the net. Phoenix with a beautiful shot, a hit off the wall just to go straight up, wins it against Corky. And you know, that might have been a little bit luck, but the offense was definitely skill there from Phoenix. As with 84 seconds left on the board, Crenshaw crew continues just to drop in their goal deficit. Phoenix once again lobbing it over towards the blue goal. World not able to connect with it. Jerome does manage to get it off the backboard. Nobake not quite able to get it on net, but the offense is still just so alive here from Orbital. How can Crenshaw crew get back into it? Well, here's the chance. It's over. Corky gets it off of the top of Jerome, and now Nobake trying to fight back in, but a demo onto a blue player going to force that offense to slow down a bit. Crippy trying to aggress here against Phoenix, and the 50 just going to end up killing the ball back into the corner. 54 seconds, 52. The time just ticking more and more, and the demos raining out. The demos that rewarded them so much offense early on in the game coming back to bite at them as Crenshaw crew finally falling to Orbital. 40 seconds, and as the time ticks, this goal deficit will not. No shots being allowed here on the Orbital side. They're trying to get something going. Crippy does get it over past Jerome, but Phoenix already there just to deny any sort of shot. 23 seconds, 22. Orbital just showing an absolute masterclass Rocket League performance as they fight back from a 0-2 deficit. Remember, they were down by a 6-goal deficit. They hadn't scored in the entirety of Game 2 up until the very end when it was very much too late. And they bite back. They get 3 in a row, and they secure themselves a second win in IGL Fall 2020. And a congratulations to them. A well-fought match. They put out everything they had, and they're rewarded for it.